Welcome to the 2020 Meadows Debate Award ceremony. This isn't the way we planned to finish the year. I would have loved for this to have been an assembly in the CFA with a TOC championship trophy, but I've also loved the way in which the debate team has kept together these last few months, supporting each other, preparing for the summer and next year, and I wanted to make sure that we celebrated that. I'd like to start by saying a few words about forensics. Right now, more than ever, we've seen the importance of reasoned decision-making, critical thinking, and presentation skills. I'm very proud of our program and all of its students who have worked very hard to learn and apply those skills. From national level seniors and juniors, all the way down to first year freshmen and middle schoolers. I love seeing students engaging with each other and the true ethic of speech and debate, which is respect for each other's opinions and arguments. For our novices, that shows in their enthusiasm, their willingness to try new things and to make mistakes, but keep learning. For our top level varsity debaters, that shows in the thousands of hours of preparation that they pour themselves into. For them, the 18-month season, the 3-day weekend tournaments, the 40 hours of debate work on top of schoolwork each week, that effort that they put in, it's breathtaking. And I admire anyone that can climb that mountain. Forensics has become one of the most successful co-curricular activities at the Meadows because of their work and the support from our parents and administration. So thank you all for helping make our program successful. Looking at the end of this year and the summer and even next season, debate's going to be a bit different next year. This is something that we are working on and preparing for right now because debate is so important right now. And because as an activity, debate will be ready to go at the start of next year, and it will give students a way to feel connected to the community at our school and to interact with students from all over the country. So that is something to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to another great year next year. Moving on to our awards. Malcolm and I will present the awards to the Novice of the Year, the Hardest Working Debater, the Debater of the Year, and the Spirit of the Team Award. And then Malcolm will give our season wrap-up. I'd like to start with our first award, which is the Novice of the Year Award. That award goes to Amy Choi. Amy has had a very successful year, reaching the elimination rounds of several Las Vegas tournaments, highlighted by a run to the semifinals of the Arizona State Tournament, one of the most fun tournaments of the year and the most competitive in Novice, with over 65 entries from Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, and Utah. And she made it all the way to the Final Four. However, much more than her success, Amy is an outstanding teammate. She is positive, engaging, inquisitive, and substantive, both in class and at tournaments. She is always ready to help and support her team and her teammates. She is always willing to try new things and new events, and she has made the most of her time here. I'm very proud to award to Amy Choi, Novice of the Year.
Our next award is the Hardest Working Debater Award, which is pretty self-explanatory. Now, as Mr. already said in the introduction, debate requires hours and hours and hours of time for preparation. Students not only take the course in school every day, but they also come in before school, after school, on weekends, and many of them even dedicate their summers to preparing for the interscholastic competitive debate season. The winner of this award has done all of these things and more, and shown upcoming debaters that that work will pay off. This year's recipient is Lexi Yeager. Lexi has one of the features of every great competitive debater that I've worked with, and that is that she arguably hates losing more than she enjoys winning. And that is the exact mentality that she brings to her preparation. She's done everything I mentioned: before school, after school, 4 hours on the weekends. She's done over 16 weeks already of her summers have been dedicated towards camp. And it's paid off. Lexi's had competitive success in every season. And it culminated for her in many ways. Well, I don't even want to use the word culminated because she has another year to go. But she was the second highest ranked speaker at the Glenbrooks Debate Tournament in Chicago, one of the largest tournaments of the year. There was only one person ranked ahead of her that wasn't a senior. And that level of commitment, that level of success, you rarely find that in someone their junior year. So Lexi has shown that all of that time is for a distinct purpose, and she's shown a pathway for future debaters that if you are willing to commit yourself, these are some of the goals that you can attain. These are some of the accomplishments that you can have, that you can earn. And I look forward to seeing over the course of the next year more examples of the fruits of that labor. So please join me in celebrating the Meadows Debate Squad hardest working debater for the 2019-2020 school year, Lexi Yeager. One of the awards that we give out every year is the Spirit of the Team Award. This is an award we give to a debater that represents the culture, the values, the competitive drive, and the commitment of Meadows Debate when they represent the team on campus or off campus. And this year, the winner of that award is Devin Howard. Devin started as a ninth grader on the Meadows Debate team in Lincoln Douglas Debate and had an epic novice year, winning more than 10 rounds in a row in several tournaments. At the end of that year, however, she decided to change up and try policy debate because there was another debater on the squad who needed a partner, and it's a 2-on-2 format. So Devin was willing to step out of her comfort zone to try something different because she saw that it was a rare opportunity for Meadows to achieve a tier of competitive success rarely found in high school debate. And they had a great sophomore year together. They were in elimination rounds of several TOC bid tournaments, and they were poised to have an epic junior year. But numbers being what they were, Devin saw that there were 3 returning senior debaters and returning varsity debaters rather, and she stepped up to help train someone new. A debater just coming off of her novice year into her sophomore season, she decided to debate with her. And even though in the beginning of the year it did not go well, for all the reasons you would think, the lack of experience, the newness of it, by the end of the season, Devin and her new partner had cleared at a Tournament of Champions qualifier tournament, cleared to elimination rounds, meaning they were one of the 32 best teams at that nationally competitive tournament. So she stepped up to help Meadows this year as well, and now she's stepping up again, reuniting with her sophomore year debate partner and going into senior year prepared to make sure that Meadows has another incredible season. So I look forward to that. I look forward to working with Devin next year to make sure that that commitment pays off. And I am proud that the team can honor her as someone who embodies the spirit of teamwork, competition, empathy, and critical thinking, those values that we try to instill in all of our debaters at the Meadows School. Our last award, but certainly not least, is the Debater of the Year Award, which for this season is going to Chloe Nguyen. Now, I just finished my 4th season coaching at Meadows. And prior to this, I had only ever coached full-time in competitive college debate. So Chloe Wynn is actually the first student that I've worked with in high school, start to finish. Now, when I came in, I was told that the team was still successful, but numbers were a little down. And of course, nothing could have prepared me for when I walked in the room and see that there are only 3 ninth graders in policy debate. By the end of the year, it was down to 2. And I don't even think that Chloe necessarily liked debate that much when she started. But she grew to love it at the end of her first year. And given that our numbers were low, she went directly from competing as a novice in her 9th grade year to being on the top varsity team every year thereafter. And this does not mean that we just automatically won because she was on the top varsity team. She toughed it out for 2 years where the TOC remained out of reach. But she would never give in. She would always come back to work harder, to figure out what she could improve, and to figure out how to make herself a better debater. And she is winning this award because of those competitive accomplishments. In her senior year, Chloe got 5 bids to the Tournament of Champions, was on one of the first 2 teams to qualify for the Tournament of Champions in the entire country. She had a winning record at every single debate tournament that she attended. And she ended the year at her last 2 tournaments as the 2nd overall ranked individual speaker in a competition pool of hundreds of students. Unfortunately for Chloe and for all of us, we were not able to go to the Tournament of Champions because of the pandemic. So despite all of that, Chloe, while she qualified, unfortunately never got an opportunity to compete there. But I can say with full confidence that with the effort level she put in, with the work and preparation of her partner, and with her skill, they would have been one of the best teams at the Tournament of Champions. And I firmly believe that they are one of the 15 best teams in the country out of thousands. So please join me in celebrating the achievements of Chloe Wynn, and join me in hoping that she continues to come back as an alum to visit us, to share with us her successes in life, and to let people know as she grows up and they ask you, how did you become such a brilliant thinker? How did you become such an authentic, empathetic, and talented person? I truly hope that she believes that Meadows Debate played a strong part in that as well. So, your 2019-2020 Debater of the Year, Senior Chloe Wynn. Well, on behalf of Mr. Alderetti and myself, I want to thank you for this non-traditional, for tuning in rather to this non-traditional debate awards assembly. These students put in so much work, so much of their lives, and so few people on campus really understand the depths of what it is we do. And we always cherish this time to get out in front of our peers, to get out in front of our teachers, to get out in front of students, and show exactly, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how well it's going. Now, first, I would like to thank Mr. Alderetti. As he said in his introduction, this has not been an easy time for us, and frankly, it's not going to be going forward. Anytime you're dealing with a face-to-face communication-based activity, just as everything else has been disrupted, so has debate. But Mr. Alderetti, with his experience and his commitment, has been wonderful. And it goes without saying that his commitment to Meadows Debate is impeccable. And we're all lucky to have him on campus and have him as someone that we can work with. Now, Meadows competes locally, regionally, and nationally with goals to succeed at all 3 levels. Our novice program across LD, that's Lincoln Douglas Debate, and Policy Debate this year was exceptional, and we hope these students continue on. Brandon Reedy received awards in novice policy at every tournament he attended with his partner, Gauri Sharma. And the Novice Lincoln Douglas squad had too many winners to even name, but I will give a quick shout out to Ferris, Amanda, Sabrina, and Symphony, who between them all cleared in elimination rounds at nearly every tournament we attended at the local level and several at the regional and national level. And these debaters are the foundation of our competitive success over the next few years. Now, I've already mentioned this, but at the top of our squad, we also had a very successful year with our policy team of Chloe Wynn and Lexi Yeager. They received 5 bids to the Tournament of Champions. Both of them were top 5 speakers at multiple national tournaments. And perhaps most importantly, they were doing their best debating as the season went on. We had the momentum, but unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we were unable to attend the Tournament of Champions. And while we will not get the chance to hoist that trophy, I do not want that abrupt and unexpected ending to overshadow their level of accomplishment. These are students who compete nationally against the most elite public and private schools and the best students at those schools every single weekend. And the Meadows theme of the year was community. And the debate community, there is no more unique community than debate. We compete against the smartest students. We compete against the best schools, and we succeed. So the closing message that I want to give you all from our season wrap-up is that we enjoy all of our success along the way. We enjoy holding up the trophies, going to the tournaments, and coming back. But we also know that the success of Meadows Debate goes and permeates on this campus far beyond the debate team itself. Our success would not be possible without levels of support from parents, teachers, students, and administrators. Even though we're a small school, we are able to succeed in such an elite national competition because all of the skills that it takes to win a debate, critical thinking skills, empathy, reading comprehension, confidence, and just general academic savviness, the ability to process new information. Those are all skills that are built in these students from the moment they set on campus in the lower or beginning schools. So every single one of our wins, we believe, is not just a win for us, it's a win for the entire Meadows community. And on behalf of Mr. Alderetti, on behalf of the debate team, I do want to make sure that we acknowledge that so much of our success comes from even outside of the direct participants in the program. And we look forward to doing this again next year in person. We look forward to, we think we're going to have one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country. And even with all the craziness going on, travel being upended and all the restrictions, everything else, we know that we have students who are committed and who are resilient enough to persevere to make sure that that success continues to happen regardless of circumstances. So to all the debaters, fantastic season. We appreciate everything you've done. We know this is going to be a tough year coming up. We're going to need all hands on deck, and we're going to need all hands on deck throughout the entire school. So I look forward to sharing this again with you in a year, and I thank you for your time in celebrating the remarkable achievements of the debaters at the Meadows School.